Malice is the black and magenta enemy substance found in Breath of the Wild, and also trailers for Tears of the Kingdom suggest that Malice could be much more aggressive this time round, as we see that substance attacking Link. Well, today I want to have a closer look at Malice, its role in the Zelda series to date, plus this violent new turn it could be about to take in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Well, if you're new around here or find this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Zelda content, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. Well, before we get into today, let me know in the comments what you think the role of Malice will be in Tears of the Kingdom. Do you think it's going to be more prominent than in Breath of the Wild? And do you think we're going to see more enemy variants based on Malice? We got our first look at Tears of the Kingdom way back in 2019, and in that trailer we see Malice pouring from the corpse under Hyrule Castle. We also see Malice rushing through the underground caves, where Link and Zelda were exploring only moments ago. Now, taken on its own, this is fairly shocking. However, there's one small detail in the next trailer in 2021 that's been overlooked by many Legend of Zelda fans, and that's Malice actively attacking Link, attaching to his arm. Now, it all happens in a flash. It's only on screen for a second, but you can see the anguish and the panic in Link's face. He's scared, as the Malice is trying desperately to envelop him completely. And you can see Link is desperately trying to pull away his arm from that substance of evil. Well, Link may have been shocked because Malice has taken a more active role here. It's hunting its prey, or perhaps it's being commanded by a higher power. Well, before we look ahead to Tears of the Kingdom, let's have a quick look back at Breath of the Wild and the role Malice played there. Well, Malice is a dark substance similar to tar or dark lava that we know here in the real world. But if Link touches Malice, then he gets damaged, and there's no way to avoid that hurt. Now, eyeballs can form in the Malice, and they are particularly present in the Divine Beasts. So Link can destroy the eyeballs, and it will help remove the Malice from the surrounding area. These eyes can only be killed when they're open. You have to shoot an arrow in there when they're looking at you, otherwise they're closed and they are immune to damage. Malice is generally idle, in Breath of the Wild. It doesn't try to attack you. It tends to block off paths for Link or protect areas that the enemies don't want you to get to. There's also an audio cue when Malice is in the area. You'll hear a weird croaking sound, letting you know that the evil substance is nearby. Cursed heads of Stakoblins, Stal-Lizalfos, and Stalmoblins can appear from the Malice, and they can respawn infinitely until that Malice is cleared. Or as well as create enemies from thin air, also has the ability to affect creatures, even powerful ones, like the mythical dragons. So Naedra, the ice dragon, gets possessed by the Malice before Link manages to set it free from its clutches during Breath of the Wild, but there also isn't any evidence that Farosh or Dinral have been affected by the Malice. Well, let's look ahead to Tears of the Kingdom now. So we don't really have much to go on at the moment. There is evidence to suggest that Malice is getting more aggressive in Tears of the Kingdom, and it could pose much more of a threat compared to Malice in Breath of the Wild. At the end of Breath of the Wild, Link and Zelda team up and take care of Calamity Ganon, and even though we believe Calamity Ganon is gone, the Malice still appears to be prevalent in Hyrule. In that first trailer, back in 2019, we see Malice surging upwards from Hyrule Castle, hoisting the whole castle into the sky, subsequently erupting like a volcano of Malice, not only sending the castle into the sky, but releasing Malice onto Hyrule like a geyser. Now, if we kill Calamity Ganon and he was the source of the Malice, then where is all this Malice coming from? Is Ganondorf's corpse being used to create the Malice under Hyrule Castle, like some kind of tool or instrument of destruction? Or is Ganondorf's corpse creating that Malice himself? Now, Malice appears to have taken on its own personality, or is it being instructed by something or someone to destroy everything that gets in its way? Or as well as attacking Link, which we mentioned previously, we also see Malice flooding under Hyrule Castle, and it appears to envelop a rat. I'm only assuming from there it simply consumes that rat and then killing everything that gets in its path. Well, Link's arm looks worse for wear after his attack from the Malice. We see Link later in the trailers with a new arm, one that doesn't look like it belongs to him at all. Now, perhaps his arm has been so severely damaged by the Malice that the only way to save it was by using magic and inheriting that glowing green arm that was holding that Ganondorf-like corpse in place. Now, Link's arm isn't the only thing that looks like it's been damaged by the Malice. The Master Sword also is looking broken, and it could be that Malice is the cause of this too. In the delay trailer we saw in 2022, Link holds that broken or melted Master Sword up to a glowing orb on a platform in the sky. So Link could be in the middle of a quest here to repair the Master Sword. But what damaged the Master Sword like that in the first place? This is one of, if not the, most powerful weapon in Hyrule, and it looks like it's been dipped in acid, distorted and melted beyond all recognition. Link certainly isn't going to be defeating Ganon or any other bad guys with that Master Sword looking like that, and it's highly likely a severe attack by Malice is the cause. Well, Malice could also be used in new and dangerous ways in the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's highly likely it's going to be used as an environmental tool to keep Link away from certain areas, much like it was used in Breath of the Wild. But I think we could see Malice being used much more as an aggressive tool, fighting back against Link itself. There could be clues in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, where we saw Malice-infused enemies. Enemies could be leveled up, infused with Malice, and even tougher to beat, with the great evil power in Tears of the Kingdom creating an army of Malice drones. Well, as well as infecting enemies and boosting their attacking potential, Malice could take on forms in its own right and attack Link. We've already seen Malice attack Link in the trailer, reaching up and grabbing his arm, potentially injuring him to the point where his arm required magic to be healed. Malice could be more like lava and then form into shapes, similar to the Sandman abilities from Spider-Man, and attack Link in different shapes and forms. I would love to fight against a shape-shifting form of Malice, and that could take on different shapes and sizes, either like the Sandman or like the T-1000 from Terminator 2, able to form new shapes and weapons purely from the Malice itself. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about the prospect of Malice being bigger, badder, and more of a threat in Tears of the Kingdom. And that is it for now for the role of Malice in the sequel to Breath of the Wild. And as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Legend of Zelda content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to Triforce Times. Or you could check me out on Twitter at Triforce Times. Well, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, you can check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.